there's something in the way. If we were to go orange out this way to the beach, and then come back red and cut across white back to where we are. That's about. The red one would take, well, yeah, the red one would take us along the creek. We could take red all the way back up here and then just cut it.
We could just, come back and drive to the playground.
Yeah, or we could do that.
I say we do that.
Let's see how we're doing.
Yep, let's see how much energy we've got at that point.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Radar.
We are at Calvert Cliffs State Park in southern Calvert County, Maryland. And I've got the family with me. 2 boys and Lynn the photographer. Hello, Lynn the photographer. So it's a warmish February afternoon. You saw the entrance there. Calvert Cliffs is a really nice park. It's runs from kind of the main drag Route 4 up here out to the bay. It's really popular for fossil hunting. The cliffs out here at the bay are full of fossils. Most popular are the shark's teeth that you can find out here. And if you're really lucky, you can find a megalodon tooth, which is a gigantic, picture a giant great white shark from the Miocene that was about 40 feet long. And you find teeth the size of your hand, so on rare occasions. Anyway, the most common route is you go to the park's main entrance and hike the red trail out to the beach and back. We're starting at a more obscure trailhead up here. It's the Hunter Access, aptly known as the Orange Trail. Just a tad bit longer, but it goes through several creek valleys and over a couple of ridges and just different habitat, and it's wilder. There's just not as many people out here. So we're going to do about 4.5 to 5 miles. Hello, guys.
Hi.
So here we are, just in off of the parking lot, and here's the Orange Trail, and away we go. Even though we're in coastal Maryland, you definitely get some terrain through here. Creek valleys tend to be fairly abrupt and steep, and sometimes you have to go in and out of them. But the climbs are short. There's a couple of random unmarked side trails through here, but the right path is pretty well marked. There's a huge construction project going on near this park. They're building a huge liquid natural gas offloading plant. It's not intrusive except for the noise. We can just hear the construction equipment and things going on. But that said, the deeper we go into the woods, the more the birds are piping up. We're hearing and seeing doves and starlings, and we just heard a woodpecker that was not drumming, but actually going after a bug, but he was echoing through the woods. Couldn't find him, but it's those little things. They're kind of nice. By the way, as an aside, I have this park pretty well mapped out. GPS, all of the trail intersections and whatnot, so I will include a link to that and the path that we're doing today down in the description. You need a break?
What?
Need a break?
A little bit now.
What were you getting ready to say?
These benches are the fanciest benches around. Most luxurious.
They really are.
Because they're the only benches around, really.
What's the view from your bench? Let me see. I'm going to come around and look at the view from the bench. Just a creek valley. Did you say you smelled skunk?
Like very faintly. Catch up.
It's the POB, point of bench.
So we've come down into a fairly wide creek valley here that has been created in large part by beaver dam activity. They've backed up all the water and the trees get saturated and die, and so the whole landscape changes. There's a pair of red-headed woodpeckers flying around here that we're trying to get shots of, and a red-tailed hawk just flew across this creek too. Let's head on downstream toward the bay. Coming up on Eagles Walk Bridge across the swamp.
Can't see 'em, but you hear 'em.
I hear lots of woodpeckers. That's the bay out there where you can see the notch in the trees and the open horizon. That's the Chesapeake. So we're going to head out, not this creek valley, but go over this ridge to the next creek valley and then out to the beach. Alright, so we're at the other end of the Orange Trail now, and we've run into the service road, which is also called the Black Trail, and just this little hop downhill to the red, which is, as I said, the most common where people go out to the beach and back. So we're going to run out to the beach ourselves because it is a highlight. It is nice. Interesting note though on, there's value in coming back even to the familiar places. I've hiked here a lot, but I've never noticed before. And maybe it's the time of year, maybe it's the weather, I don't know. Maybe they're migrating. No, they're not migrating because we saw lots of nesting holes. I've never noticed that many red-headed woodpeckers down there before. They were everywhere, and almost every dead snag had a nest hole in the top. And we were lucky enough to see a couple of the birds, fly up to the hole. They're definitely starting to think about nesting, but don't know if we got any good pictures or not. A lot of, other limbs and things in the way, and you'd get to a spot to take a good picture, and that was long enough for them to fly away. So we'll see what happens there. Anyway, kind of cool. I never noticed. Just you learn something new every time. This is what happens when you give the beavers enough time to work. This is Gray's Creek, but now it's Gray's Lake. 20 years ago, this valley looked like the one we were just in where the bridge crossed. But over time, the trees all die. The water fills in, the beavers have their domain. Isn't that right, guys?
Yeah. That's the beaver dam right there.
Let's go check out the beaver dam. The beavers are relentless. They started to tackle this tree. A few more nighttime raids and it'll be gone. There's the beaver dam. And the park comes through here pretty regularly and knocks it down. There's actually a couple of pipes that run underneath this too to help the water keep flowing. But yeah, they're pretty efficient damming the place up. So, like I say, really common place for fossils. And they've got this nice little signboard here that shows you what you might have found. And if you're lucky, you can find one of these megalodon teeth. Again, that's about life size. It's pretty awesome. But you can find all kinds of things, little makos and sand sharks, and it's cool. So, we'll see what we can find. Here's the Chesapeake. And right out here,
Sometimes I didn't see much.
Don't know who bought that.
I think that's Mom's.
Here. Probably is.
Meat log. Alright, so we didn't find any fossil. Actually, we did find one fossil. We found the fossilized imprint of an old scallop shell, which was pretty big. But no shark's teeth. But mostly that was for lack of looking. We all decided we really didn't want to be in that cold water. So, but there were lots of people out on the beach looking, as you might have seen. So we're headed back up the red trail here. We're gonna go up the creek valley and then cut back across to where we parked to finish that loop. I think. We'll see. Probably can't see them, but there's a bunch of Canada geese standing out here on floating logs in the middle of the river. Lake, creek, pond, whatever. There's the beaver lodge out there. It's a small one. I seem to remember there's another one a little further up. Dams, and the bigger lodge is right over there. I think that's probably the more currently used one. Walking up the red, and we find the blue. The blue trail loops up here to the south, kind of up through some highlands and then back into the parking area. We have selected an alternate path. Rather than go back up white like we planned, we stayed on red a little longer, past the blue intersection. Now we're taking a spur up to black, which is the service road. That'll connect us into the silver path, which is kind of a shorter loop back up to the hunter lot where we started. So, headed up away from the creek. This is what the black path looks like. Not woodsy, wildernessy. However, it is accessible for mountain bikes. So if you wanted to ride down this path to the beach, you could do it on this road. We found it! Silver! Is he hiding or is he dead? What has happened here?
Oh no! They found my impossible to see hiding spot!
Yes, particularly with blaze orange on. Are you okay, David?
I'm hiding.
Oh, you're
in.
Oh, you're hiding. I'm sorry. I don't see you. You got a leaf on your face.
Right.
All right. We've made it full circle. We're back out next to the field we started from. You can probably see the parking lot over there. We just passed the white intersection after coming off Silver, and we're about to hit the orange intersection where we started. So 5 miles all told. Turned into quite the birding adventure. We'll see how some of those pictures turned out, but we saw lots of different kinds of birds. And I'm grateful that the family came with me today.
You're welcome.
Thanks for coming along today. Appreciate you watching. I'll see you next time.